Hi, this is John, the owner and developer of VectorDecks. In this tutorial, we're going to be going over how you'll be installing the VectorDecks toolsets into your VectorWorks application running under the Windows 7 and Windows 8 environment. Within 24 hours of purchasing VectorDecks, you'll receive an email. And the email will contain a link that will access you to the server to download the tool sets, and also your VectorDecks license key number, your serial number that you'll be shown here how to install. I also have an attachment that has an image of showing you how you'll be inserting that serial number, which sometimes is helpful. Go ahead and print and use. But now I'll show you this in the tutorial step by step. So I'm going to close this email first. And once you receive that email, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and launch your VectorWorks application. And when you're opened and to your working screen, you want to go across the menu bar here to the Tools menu and click on Tools. Scroll down to the Options menu and then select VectorWorks Preferences. It's going to bring you to a panel that gives you a different type of options, but what you want to do here is click on the Users folder. This is going to tell us exactly where we need to take the plugins and the files that you're going to download in their proper locations. If this isn't installed properly, the plugin sets won't have, you won't have access to them and they won't work. So go ahead and click on Explore. This will pop up a window that will show the exact location that you're going to be dragging those particular files over. So once this window comes up, if you don't see it, you may have to downsize your VectorWorks workspace so you see it in the background. But once it's there, we're going to leave it, and we're going to go ahead and close out of, click OK, we're going to close out of VectorWorks completely. Go ahead and quit. Now, next thing we need to do is go ahead and do that download, but we're going to save this location here. I drag it over to the left. Now let's get that email back up and go ahead and click on that download. Once it's downloaded, it's going to ask you to open save or save as. Just click on open. Now here's the information, the plugin sets, and the files you'll need to bring over here. So let's close that. Don't quit, but let's just close that email window out so a little easier to see. Now, over here in this VectorWorks user file location, you're going to see a folder called Plugins and a folder called Workspaces. So over here, we're going to take the VectorDecks plugins, and it's a simple drag and hover over the plugins and release. Now, I think by default, you're always going to get these warnings from the Windows type of operating system. These are safe files, so click OK. And the next thing we're going to drag over is that workspace. It's going to be the workspace that you had ordered from me as far as the VectorWorks application that you have. Some people have, you may get this warning too, just click OK. You don't have to have it encrypted. But the workspace that you order from us, either Architect or Designer or Fundamentals, Spotlight, Landscape, I'm going to email you that workspace in here. So this particular one is Architect. So let's drag Architect and place it in that workspace folder. The same type of warnings may appear. The last file that we need to bring over is the VectorDecks template. This is a very important file. It's sort of a stationary type file. It's going to have all the symbols and textures and everything that I currently have available with the VectorDecks tool sets. Now, it's not visible here at this particular panel in VectorWorks users folder. So what you need to do is go ahead and open the libraries folder and then the defaults, and then scroll down and you'll see that template folder. And there it is right there. So now go ahead and select the VectorDecks template and drag it over and place it in that templates folder. Again, the typical warnings will pop up. That'll take a little longer to copy over because it's a lot larger file. It's got a lot of different information that gets dragged over there. Now that's pretty much all we need to do with the plugin sets and folders. The only other thing you may want to do is take these two files. They're PDF files, and it's sort of the basics. It's like a tutorial, a simple tutorial, and the license key information, which you should read. So I'm going to just take these and drag them over to the desktop. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and close these folders out, these panels, because you won't need access to them anymore. And now that we have everything where they need to be, we can go ahead and relaunch your VectorWorks application. And once your VectorWorks application opens, you still won't see the tool sets. They reside in that VectorDecks architect workspace. So you're going to be open to your normal default workspace, and you need to open that other workspace to be able to set your serial number and have access to the tools. So what you're going to do here is go again to that menu, go to Tools, scroll down to Workspaces, and now select that VectorDecks Architect, or that product that I shipped for your application. Now you'll see that VectorDecks menu option at the top, and you should also see the tool sets over on this left tool sets panel. If they don't appear at the top, if there's something else in there, click on that VectorDecks icon, and that's going to bring the tool sets to the top. Now, because you've installed it for the first time, it has no serial number. You won't have access to these tools. You'll get a window that warns you you need to set the serial number. And the way to do that is go ahead and go to that VectorDecks menu and click on the VectorDecks info. And here you'll see where you can insert that serial number. I'm going to go back to that email. Now, go ahead, and the easiest way to do this is to copy over that serial number I sent you. It's very important that you copy the exact number, no spaces before, no spaces after. And then click on this button to edit that serial number. Select everything there and paste. Now, if you've done everything right, if you have no spaces at the end or no spaces in the beginning, it'll accept the serial number. But if you accidentally entered a space, like here, I'll do one here at the end, just a space. It's not showing you a character. You click OK, it's going to warn you that you have too many digits in that serial number. And when you go back, you won't see it. You don't understand. So make sure you don't have any spaces. Space is an actual digit. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now you'll have access to all the different tools, and you won't have any warnings that will pop up. To verify this, go back to your VectorDecks and VectorDecks info, and you'll see that serial number appears. And in this version here, you'll see the latest version I sent you, and it'll say full version. That means you have access to all the different tools, and you shouldn't have any problem. The next step I encourage you to do is to go ahead and go to our tutorial showing how to use all the different tools, particularly that first one, getting started with VectorDecks. It's going to show you how to launch and have access to the different tools.